Hey, my name is M.Jake Da God, and I've been around many, many artists, successful people like Puff Daddy, from A.K.A to Lady Gaga, Beyonce, and I have a story to tell. Yeah, well, it all started, you know what I mean? It all started in Miami. You know what I mean? I was out with my best friend, people who know him and stuff. We all do like a little birthday bash for him in the club, Miami club. It was nice though. And that's how I actually met Drake. I seen him the first time when I first seen him. It was late though. Club was kind of like the club was kind of breaking down and stuff, like shutting down. I mean, we had a busy day, like busy night. I mean, like we was partying, had about like 20 bottles at the table. You know what I mean? It's a big crowd, by the way. About I'll say about a good 16 people. You know what I mean? So it was plenty. It was plenty to go around. And it's funny because I seen Drake. I met Drake before too, like brief though. So it was like a long time ago. But this is my second time running into him. So I doubt that he kind of knew me, kind of in a sense. But yeah, he was there, and I ran up to him and I was like, hey, I love your music, man. What's up? You know what I mean? Because he performed about an hour ago. He was just in the club still, and his security was uptight. They didn't trust it or whatever. But it was cool, calm, and everything. It wasn't like nothing out of control or nothing like that. So he shook my hand back or whatever. He's like, hey man, nice to meet you. You know what I mean? I'm glad you listened to my music or whatever like that. Actually working on a special project coming out. I don't want to give the details of it, but I think it was the one, the 21 album that he got. You know, uh, but yeah, but anyway, what I mean, and that's how all that came about. And actually, my boy, my boy was throwing a party for the birthday bash thing for. He's actually gay. Nothing against him. I ain't got nothing against gays, but he's gay, and he liked Drake, but in a different type of manner. Different type of way. But he's a Drake fan too, so and he was kicking it. What I mean, we was all chilling at first, and they had their little conversation or whatever, and Drake was smiling. I think he was intoxicated a little bit. He was smiling though, nonetheless, and my boy liked him, and that was that. So anyway, right, we hit the studio up. My boy Gillum, that's my best friend, the one at the bash. We hit the studio up with Drake or whatever. He invited us out. He thought we was that cool enough. So we went to the studio, and that's when what I mean. They had their conversation. Like I said, they had conversation going on. I don't know what the conversation was based on, but it was something between them two. But yeah, I guess I only know a couple things. Like I know um, something about my boy was mentioning about he was because Drake was spilling the beans on the project, the 21 project, 21 Savage project. My fault. And and he said something like do something for me. Like he was like, booty hole, can you do something for me? I don't know. It was just something the energy that they had. They was vibing on. You know what I mean? He said booty hole. I guess so. That's what Drake called them, booty hole. I don't know why, but my friend liked it. When Drake started calling them booty hole. Drake Drake is funny. You know what I mean? You might think that Drake is straight, but Drake ain't straight. You know what I mean? He a little curvy. So yeah, man. It was and that's how the whole thing came about because my boy mentioned it to Drake. He was like, "Booty hole, can you do something for me?" And, and that's how the rich flex came about. I think Drake took what he said and you know and he ran with it, but he switched up the words. You know what I mean? And I mean that's what happened. The song came out and everybody went crazy, but that really originated in Drake's studio, and it all started at the club in Miami. You know, and like my boy said, he was like, "Booty ho, can you do something for me?" And Drake twisted it around a couple months later, and now y'all got a hit.